Hello guys, welcome back to TechDose, and in this video we will see the partition equal subset sum problem, which is from LeetCode number 416, and this is a variation of a 0-1 knapsack problem and also a variation of a subset sum problem. So let us first read the problem statement. In this problem, we are given a non-empty array nums containing only positive integers. Find if the array can be partitioned into two subsets such that the sum of the elements in both the subset is equal. So let us see an example in order to understand it better. Now in this case, we are given a set of elements and we are required to find if we can divide this set of elements into two subsets such that the sum in both these subsets should be equal. Now if we are given this set, let's say it is having 4 elements 1, 5, 11 and 5, then we can divide it into two subsets 1, 5, 5 and 11 so that the sum of both these arrays, that is both these sets, are same. Now can we do this for this second set? In this case, we cannot divide it into two subsets such that each of the elements should either go to the first subset or to the second subset, and the sum of these subsets should be equal. So in this case, we will be returning false. So in this problem, we are given a set and we want to divide this entire set into two subsets such that the sum of both these subsets should be equal. And the constraint is each element can be taken only once and they can fall in either of these subsets. They cannot fall in both the subsets. So our goal is to divide the set into two parts such that the sum of elements in each of them are same. I hope you understood the problem statement. Now how it is similar to a 0-1 knapsack. So in a 0-1 knapsack problem, we were given a weight, which is the capacity of the knapsack, and we were given an items array. So if we are given this weight array and we are having n number of items, then each of the item had two choices. Either we can include it in the knapsack or we can exclude it. Either we can include the second item or we can exclude it, and so on. Each of the item had two choices. Now how is this problem similar to a knapsack problem? In this case, we are given a set which is similar to this weight array, which is the items array. Okay. And we are also given a value w. In this case, if we are given an array like we had here, so the sum of the array will be something, it will be sum. In this case, it will be equals to 22. So if you want to divide this entire array into two parts and the sum of both of them should be equal, then obviously each of the sets should be containing sum equals to sum by 2. Then only you will be able to divide the entire array into two parts equally. Okay, and how is this coming? You can see that if 2x is equals to certain value sum, then if you want to equally divide it, then the sum value in each of the subset should be equals to x. Okay, because they both are equal, and by adding these two sums, it will be equals to the sum of the entire array elements. So 2x should be equals to sum. So in this case, you can say that x is equals to sum by 2. Now either x is odd or it can be even, but 2x will always be even. Therefore the sum value should always be even. Okay. Now in this case as well, your w value will be equals to sum by 2, where sum is the summation of the array elements. Now in this case, let's say our array is having 4 elements, that is our set is having 4 elements. Then each of the element will be having two choices. Either it can be included into set 1 or it can be excluded from set 1. Now one thing to notice here is we are having just two sets, and each of these elements can either fall in set S1 or S2. They should go to at least one set. Okay, and they cannot go into two sets. So if I1 is not included in S1, then it will obviously go into S2. So here include in S1 means exclusion from S2. Or if you are including an element in S2, then it will automatically get excluded from set S1. Okay. So you can see that each element is having two choices. It can either go to S1 or it can go to S2. Going to S2 means it will not go to S1. So the same goes for this item 2. It can go to set S1 or it cannot go to set S1, and so on. So here, this is the items array. Now the items array, each element is having two choices, and which is very similar to the one we have seen for the items array in knapsack. Now this w and this w in the knapsack problem are both same. So each item has two options and each item can be put into a set only once. Therefore this is a property of a 0-1 knapsack. Therefore this problem belongs to a 0-1 knapsack problem. Now, what are the observations for this problem? If sum of all the elements is odd, then we can never find equal sum partition because all numbers are integer. As I had already shown you, if you are having the subset sum value equals to x, okay, so let's say you are having two subsets. This is subset 1, this is subset 2. The sum value here is x and the sum value for the second one is also x. So the entire sum value will come out to be 2x, and if you add all the elements of S1 and S2, then they will form all the elements of the given set S. Okay, so 2x should be equals to sum of the elements, and let's say sum of the elements is equals to sum. Now you can find the sum of a given subset x can be equals to sum by 2, and this x should be an integer. Okay, so this sum can never be a odd number. This sum has to be an even number. Okay, and why is that? Because if this sum is odd number, then obviously if you are dividing it by a value 2, then it will come as some decimal value. Let's say it will come as 10.5 or something. So this is not valid. Therefore this x can either be odd or it can be even. But when you multiply it by an even number, let's say you multiply it by 2, then the sum value will always be even. Therefore a given set should have sum of all the elements equals to an even number. Then only it can be possible to divide this given set into two subsets such that the sum of both those subsets can be equal. If it is coming as odd number, then you can directly say that it won't be possible. Okay, so in this case, if you see this set 1, 3, 5, it will not be possible to divide this given set into two subsets such that the sum of each of the subsets will be equal. This will not be possible because the sum is odd. Now for the second and the third case, it can be possible. If the sum is even, then it may or may not be possible. In the second case it is possible, in the third case it is not possible. Okay, so we can say that if the sum of the elements is odd, then it will definitely be not possible to find equal sum partition. Otherwise, if sum of elements is even, then it may or may not be possible to find equal sum partition in a given set. Okay, now let's see a very important observation. In this case, let's say we are given two sets. So set 1 and set 2 both are having 4 elements and the sum value are 22 and 18. So the sum by 2 value, which will be nothing but our x value as I had shown earlier, will be 22 by 2, which will be 11, and this will be 18 by 2, which will be 9. Now you can see that if you are given a set and you want to divide it into two subsets such that the sum value in both these subsets should be equal, and each of the element can either go to S1 or it can go to S2. It cannot go to both, and only one instance of each element is allowed. So you can see that if you are able to form a subset S1 having value x, which is sum by 2, then the rest of the elements will obviously be forming a subset which is S2 having the same sum value equals to x, which is sum by 2. Okay, this is pretty logical. If you think, then you will understand it very easily. Let's say in this case you are having elements 1, 5, 11 and 5. Sum value is 22. Here x value, that is sum by 2, will be 11. So if you divide this entire set into two parts, into two subsets such that they will have equal sum, then they both will be having sum equals to 11. Now if you are able to find a subset which is having sum equals to 11, then obviously the rest of the elements of this set will be falling into subset 2, which will also form sum equals to 11. If you pick, let's say, this 1, 5 and this 5, then the sum value will obviously be coming as 11, and let's say your subset 1 is 1, 5, 5. Now whatever the rest of the element is, the rest element is only this 11, it will fall into this subset S2 and it will also have the same sum, because you already know that the sum of all the elements is 22 and the sum which you have formed in this subset S1 will be having sum by 2. So the rest of the elements will be having sum equals to sum minus sum by 2, which will be equals to sum by 2. Okay, I hope you got this understanding. So if you can find a subset in this given set which is having sum equals to sum by 2, then obviously it is possible to find equal sum partition in your given array, that is in your given set. Otherwise, if you cannot find it, then it will not be possible. So if it is possible to form a subset sum equals to sum by 2, then the rest of the elements will be of equal sum. So how do you find, given a set, whether a given sum can be formed from a subset of this given set? Well, this is nothing but a subset sum problem. This is what we saw in the subset sum problem, right? So what we need to modify in the subset sum problem? We just need to check the sum value. If the sum value of all the elements in the array is equals to odd, then we will say that it is not possible to form equal sum partition. Otherwise, if it comes out to be even, then we will check if sum by 2 value can be formed from a given subset in your array, that is in your set, by using the subset sum problem code. If it is possible, then you will return true, saying that equal sum partition is possible. Otherwise, you will return false, saying that equal sum partition is not possible. So the subset sum problem was already explained in my previous video, and the link for that will be present in the description below. You can check that out. So the time complexity will be the same as the subset sum problem, which is order of n into w, which is the time to parse the entire table only once. So let us now look at the code. This is the memoization approach. I will also be showing you the tabular DP. In this case, the only difference is we are finding the sum of all the elements and then we are checking if the sum value is odd. If it is equals to odd, then we will return false, saying that equal sum partition is not possible. Otherwise, we will take the memoization array, we will assign all the cells with value -1, and then we will use the subset sum code in order to determine if sum by 2 value can be formed from a subset of the given set. If it can be formed, then we will return true. Otherwise, we will return false. Okay, so this is the memoization array. If the memoization array is already calculated for a given position, then we will simply return the value. Otherwise, after calculating, we will be storing it into the memoization array. And here you can see that we have taken OR symbol. Why is this OR taken? This is having two choices. The first one is saying that we are including an element I into subset S1. And this second one is saying that we are including I in subset S2. Okay. So including in I means that we are basically including it in our subset, and this is excluding from our subset S1. Excluding from subset S1 means including in subset S2. So this is the subset sum problem code, and I hope it will be very easy to understand. Let us now look at the tabular DP approach. So the tabular DP is also very similar. I mean exactly the same as the subset sum code, and this is also the same as the 01 knapsack code. In this case as well, we will be calculating the sum value and check if it is odd. If it is odd, we will return false. Otherwise, we will form the DP table just like we did in the subset sum problem, and then we will be traversing. So the first, second and fourth conditions are the same as in 01 knapsack and also in the subset sum problem. We will only be adding this third condition, which will check if you have found, that is, if you are able to form a set which is having sum equals to j. Okay, this you will easily understand once you code it yourself. So I hope you will try this problem yourself. If you have any doubt, then feel free to comment below and I'll try to help you as soon as possible. Like and share our video and subscribe to our channel in order to watch more of these programming videos. See you in our next video. Thank you.